Hi friends, welcome to Positive Power with your host Michele Dionne. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Positive Power. So last week, if you saw my video, I announced with so much excitement, I talked all about the clothing drive that's coming at the end of May, and I was so excited that I said it was the end of March. There I go being a human again, right? So, correction, it is not in March, which is this current month, it's actually in May. So May 28th, it's a Sunday at the Moose Lodge, free clothing drive. Love for you to be involved if you want to send me a message or just show up with your stuff. Lots of time to figure it out because it's not till May. So there I go, see, being human, just like everybody else. None of us are perfect. And it's funny because when I saw the video and I realized what I'd done, I just crack up and I laugh at myself. I have to. I can't get all caught up in, oh man, I just sent this video all over with the wrong information, because we're always going to be human. We're never going to be perfect. The sooner we come to terms with that, the better off we'll be. And that actually ties in with my topic this week. This week I wanted to talk about how we're perfect in our imperfections. We really are. The older you get, the more life happens. The older you get, the more you change. You change in here, but your body also changes as well. And there's nobody who lives a long life that doesn't have some sort of scars. There's very few women that have children that don't have scars. And so when you look at your scars, like for example, I have 3 adult kids, and I have lots of scars from being pregnant, right? And so that's just the reality. So when I look at those, I don't think, oh, that's horrible, I'm scarred, I'm tainted, I'm not perfect. I look and I think every single one of those was worth it, because I have these 3 walking miracles that are a result of that. So it's all a matter of perspective. I could be bummed and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm never going to wear a bikini again for the rest of my life. Or I could embrace all the bathing suits that they have now that help hide such things, right? Or the ones with little skirts, like there's lots of different options. So it's all about perspective. And so for that example, we're talking about birthing and when you have children. So people go, well, of course, you appreciate your kids and you're not going to regret your children because you've got some scars. But there's always going to be other things. How many of us have scars from a fall when you were a kid? Have scars from maybe an event that happened in your life, or maybe just from growing and how your body is different. I have this big varicose vein on the back of my leg, and it's right at the back of my knee. And I waitressed for years. I was on my feet for a long time. I was always living in lack mentality, so I always had cheap shoes. And you do yourself no favor by buying cheap shoes. So I ended up with this great big vein on the back of my leg. And I remember going to the doctor in my 20s and him saying, well, we could strip your vein, and we'd, cut you by the bottom, like the back of your ankle, and then strip it all the way up, and it'd be really painful and really horrible. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was only, 25 to 30 in that age range. And so I decided, screw that, I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in pain. It didn't really bother me. It just, when you look at it, it just looked really gross. So I kept it and I named it, and I call it my worm. And it's so funny because if I'm in a line somewhere and I have shorts on and you can see it at the back of my leg, if I happen to notice like a little kid or whatever, I'll make a joke of it. I'll be like, look at the worm on the back of my leg. And we laugh and we make fun of it because I'm never going to be perfect. This is the way I am. This is the way God, the universe, whatever made me. And I am a walking miracle, just like you are. So this week, I want you to think about that. I want you to think of embracing yourself as you are. Quite often you see different things, slogans or different things on Facebook where they say, your beauty when you're younger doesn't hold on for your whole life, but your stuff inside, your spirit, your ethics, your integrity, All that good stuff is the stuff that carries with you. All that good stuff is the stuff that's important, you know, in your relationships. So keep that in mind. And thanks for listening. And next week we'll regroup and do it again. And don't forget, May, that's when a clothing drive is. So there you go. Have a great week. Don't forget how awesome you are, and love yourself exactly as you are, because you're perfect in your imperfections.